let's take a quick look at the countdown timer here. So let's do countdown timers placing, and that will set everything off here. But if we look at it, let's take a quick look at how everything works and just see if it does indeed work. All right, so we'll open up the simulator. Looks like the simulator's crashed, so that's okay. Sometimes the simulator crashes. All you have to do is push Command Q and reopen it. All right, and then the simulator should pop up. And look at that, it looks pretty good. However, it looks a little bit boring. So perhaps what we could do is we could replace it and maybe add in some animation. So let's go up to our block here, and below that we'll add in a function. We'll call this animate blocks, and we'll call animate blocks right before we spawn it here. And what we'll do is we'll say let rotate is equal to skaction dot rotate by angle. So we're going to say 1 and then 1.0. So we're going to rotate one angle every 1 second, and then we're going to go to block dot run action, and we're going to go to skaction dot repeat action forever, and we're going to rotate it forever. All right, so let's run that here, and let's take a look at this. So look at that, and we can add in as many of these as we want, and that's actually starting to look pretty good. I kind of like it. All right, you can see that it just adds in a whole bunch of extra items here. Now, if you wanted to make it quicker, you could maybe make it 2 angles. Right, you can make it 2. So watch this here. So a little bit quicker. I think I like 1 or even 1.5 here. It is a float that we were working with here, so we can add in those items in there. So look at that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I do like that quite a bit. Now what we need to do is add in the collecting logic. So let's go up to our touches began here. And we're going to add in another if statement. We're going to say if is collecting is double equal to true. Okay, so we got is collecting is equal to true and is being placed is double equal to false. Okay, within here, we're going to say touched node is equal to node at point. What point is that going to be? Touch location, exclamation point. So whatever the touch node at the touch location is, this works as well. So let's add in, we have our, for example, our logic in here. We could probably just go ahead and add it in here if we wanted to. We could say if touched node, okay, dot name is equal to, we'll call this block name. So remember, we're comparing the name here. So if touch node is equal to block name, then we're going to say score is equal to score plus 1. All right, and we might as well update the score. Okay, and by the way, you do need a double equal sign there. And then outside of this, if this touch node is equal to block name, we'll say score is equal to score plus 1. And we'll say touch node dot remove from parent. So we'll delete the node. Okay, and there we go. So let's take a look at this. Let's stop it and run it again. Save it if you haven't already done so. And you'll see here that you'll add in all your blocks. That looks pretty good. 2, 1, and then 0. And then you can go and you can see that the score is getting higher and higher, right? But there we go. Cool. Now, obviously, we need to set up the game over logic. We haven't done that yet. Okay. And so you also want to make sure that there's only one equal sign there as well. So we need to set up the game over logic and to reset everything. Okay. So this concludes the tutorial.